Oh, something's a little... Ah! Oh, there we go. I think I gotta turn that down just a smidgy witch. A smidging widging. Hello, and welcome to the Kickstarter campaign to... I'm gonna have this sucked out and implanted in my calves. All right, so here we are on my drum set, my Ludwig Newsonics. You watch, you're gonna find out that the Ludwig Newsonics, Ludwig stumbled upon, well, I shouldn't say stumbled upon, but these things really, if you tune these things right, man, I think there's some of the best sounding drums I've ever played. Oh my God! And now, so what I have here are my cymbals. I'm going to tell you right now. I have my PEPSI 2002 15-inch 1979 Soundage bottom. Underneath, a Zildjian S series 15-inch thin crash. Okay, they only offer in the 15 size, no hats. So I had to sort of make this pair. It's funny, I called Zildjian like right when these came out. I'm like, you guys really need to make a 15-inch pair of hats. And the guy I was talking to was like, well, yeah, but you know, we'd have to make like a die or some sort of a thing to make a 15-inch cymbal. At the time, I didn't know Zildjian was making a thin crash because I'd have called them on it. They were already making a 15. Tell you, when I call these companies, it's out of hand. Anyway, so I have 3 20-inch cymbals here. 3 different alloys. Ready? Here we go. Watch your volume. One more time. So I'm just going to fool around for a minute. Now the thing is, I have the camera here on me though, really, so you can't see the cymbals. Because, I mean, the astute would be able to tell by looking at them. So here we go, ready? So off to my, if you see me going like this, that's cymbal number 1. If you see me going like this, that's cymbal number 2. If you see me going like this, that's cymbal number 3. All right? That was 2. Oh, I just shot a globule out of my mouth. I just had a fistful of almonds. And a globule of almond dust shot. When my appendix burst 2 years ago, a buddy of mine said, Terry, we're eating a lot of almonds perhaps? I said, yeah. He said, that's why your appendix burst. I said, So I'm going to real fast. I have nuggets of almonds all over the place. I'm going to deaden my snare just a wee bit because it just doesn't. There we go, just a little. All right, so here we go. Just jamming. Just jamming. Just jamming. Just jamming. On the 3 Mystery 20. No, your ears are not. These 2 that I have here to my left, 1 and 2, have the same pitch. It's bizarro because they're 100 grams different. So number 1, number 2. I guess technically you'd say number 2 is a little lower than number 1. It sounds like when you're doing the tippity tap. Or maybe it doesn't. So here's 3. So I'm just going to play for a minute. See, this way you can't see the fat from my 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th shin. I'm riding on number 3. That was number 2 crashing. Number 1, there. kind of cool. I want to talk about this. From time to time, I'm using my handy-dandy tool to muffle my snare, which isn't working. There's a fill that Stuart Copeland does at the end of, not No Time This Time, Does Everyone Stare? Bum, 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 bum. There's actually an opera voice, like, which supposedly came in when they were mixing. I find that hard to believe, but I think it did happen accidentally. But then when they were officially mixing, we're like, well, it came in at one point, so let's just add it back in. That's what I think. But anyway, so Copeland has a thing where it's like swingy. Like, okay? Well, toward the end of the song, any diehard Police fans will know this fill. And again, if Stuart Copeland had Stuart Copeland, like Stuart Copeland-oleum, where like he did sort of the Bonzoleum thing, but with his own stuff himself, because he can. He's still alive. He's got a studio wired up. He's ready to rock. I could come in. He could be Batman. I'd be his Robin. I'd be like, well, Stuart. Well, maybe not Robin. Maybe I'd be his Gabby Hayes. I'd be like, Stuart, what about the fill here? He'd be, you need it. Well, even if it's not me, a diehard fan to remind him. There might be a lot of cool shite he did that he might not remember. But anyway, back to Does Everyone Stare? Right toward the fade, meaning when they're going out, where it sort of picks up, with Sting's hyper layered vocals that he did. So it goes like this, more or less, give or take. You gotta hear it. Of course, his cymbals are smaller, but you gotta hear that Copeland. That is a magical fill. But anyway, back to what I have here. Number one, number two, number three. You can do a melodic song there. 3, 4. But I'll tell you real fast, what I have here, not necessarily in this order, but I have B20, B12, and B8. I don't have any PEPSI proprietary B15. Actually, I do, but it's the cymbal, tick-tock, tick-tock, it's too heavy. What I've been looking for years now is a sound formula, a hand cymbal, like a symphonic concert, of which this is one, but this one's still too heavy. If anybody has one of these, well, play it. If you don't, let me know. This is a PEPSI hand 20-inch universal. This is the A cymbal. It's still pretty heavy. It's not quite as heavy as the Sound Formula Full Ride that they used to have, but it's still heavy. It's a nice sounding cymbal. If anybody's interested in it, shoot me an email at bonzoleum@gmail.com. Hang on. I might play it for a while, but anyway. But so I'm looking for, if I could find like a sound formula of your, that would be, you know, like 1,900 grams. All right. So anyway, so that's what I have. I have B8, B12, and B20. Remember, B8 is 92% copper, 8% tin. Remember, the 8, the number after the B just refers how much tin is in the cymbal, okay? B8, 92 copper, 8% tin. B12, 88% copper, 12% tin. And B20, 80% copper, 20% tin. Of course, that's in general. You know, they'll say, well, there's traces of silver and manganese or whatever. Cigarette butts from those who are firing up the plant, like, right? But anyway, so that's what I have here, okay? What else? There was another thing. Oh, yeah. Remember, in bronze is copper and tin. Brass is copper and zinc, okay? Nickel silver is nickel and copper, although sometimes in nickel silver they might add something else apart from nickel. And then, I don't know. So here we go. Ready? So let me deaden the snare again. There we go. With my MXL V67 box. Ooh, I like that. Oh, wait, you got to get the... I'd have to mix that hi-hat way lower. Hang on, that bass drum has to obey. Actually, you know what I heard? That a lot of my trusted friend Ryan told me this. That sometimes in those disco beats, I really got to clean up that right foot. They'll play eighths on the hat, and then add that. That's what I heard. Oh wait, we're gonna do that. We gotta get that. That's something I have to fix. Occasionally I'll be fooling around, and I'll hit the bass drum at sort of a half, like not a real hard, and I crash and it sounds terrible. And sometimes they're misaligned. You gotta be like... As you might be able to tell, I am on coffee again. That is caffeine. It's working out. So, I've been working out. I've been practicing a lot. Really a lot. I know like 3 years ago I said that I was going to go berserker. I'm working on my left hand. I think a lot of my fans, the Bonzoleum channel fans, were disappointed that I really didn't follow through with it. Because I didn't. Because I got to tell you, I just hate sitting here doing the same thing over and over again. I would rather play a song. I would rather... like this, like Bonham's birthday's coming up, May 31st. He would have been 71 years old. I think we're gonna have to have a matched chocolate chip cookie fest. So this is my preliminary. La, 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 okay, so that's pretty much it for this video because it'll go on and on together, or forever. So I'm just going to play a little. But you know, if you haven't gotten into Phil Collins of yore, he can't play anymore, God love him. Really, his back got really funky, his spine. But that man back in the day was a monster. I was just listening the other day. There's a great song. It's during the bridge of sort of the old prog Genesis to the new modern, well, modern of '81 Genesis before they went off the deep end and with the other stuff later, like Invisible Touch. But there's a song up, and then there were three, which came before Duke. And that came before Abacab. So a lot of people feel like sort of the poppy Genesis started to come around in Abacab. But actually the diehard Genesize will really know that it was in Then There Were Three. Because that's where Follow You, Follow Me was on. La da 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 da, la da da da. Which, by the way, was written by Tony Banks or Mike Rutherford. Phil Collins did not write that. Anyway, so Deep in the Mother Lode. Is that how it goes? Great tune if you haven't heard it. I'll put it in the link below. deep in the mother lode. Everybody, if you haven't, you got to get into Genesis. Well, Phil Collins, because he is hyper underrated. I think I'm going to get me another cup of coffee, which is what I think I'm going to do. Anyway, I'm going to make a Bonham birthday video coming up on May 31st. I know that the Led Zeppelin 2 fellas, the drummer in that band, they're a Zeppelin tribute band named Greg Fundus, he put on that thing last May here in Chicago at the, pardon me, at the Metro in Chicago. They're doing it in New York. I think Led Zeppelin 2 is on tour, so they're doing it at the Gramercy Theater in New York. I think on May 30th, though, George is out there. George is flying out for the show. He's going to play a song with the bass player from People's Front of Zeppelin, with Pete the Pro. So they're going to crank it out. They should give those guys, George and Pete, more. You know what I mean? They should like crank. Too bad they can't fly in Ivan. Anyway, so that's coming up if you happen to be in New York. The Gramercy Theater. I hope I'm pronouncing that properly. In New York City. I assume, I don't know if that would, the Gramercy Theater, would that be in Brooklyn, I guess? Or is it in Manhattan proper? My dad is from Manhattan proper, and I should know that. Where the Gramercy, anyway, so check that out. More videos coming. I might have to take the drums up, though, which is a bummer, because we're getting a lot of rain here in the Chicagoland. Thanks for watching, and thanks for putting up with me. I do get I am sort of hyperactive, especially after much JoJo. Again, if you want to shoot me any emails about drum questions, Bonham stuff, or gear or anything, or if you want a t-shirt, or my CD of yore. This is my original CD. I know I've been talking about the next one coming out. It's just taking a while. I'm sorry. I am a procrastinator. But it's Bonzoleum at gmail.com, okay? Just like my channel, Bonzoleum at gmail.com. To all my subscribers, I really, look. I really appreciate you. I'm going to have a staring contest with my camera. I can feel the heat from the light there burning the protective liquid off the surface of my eyeballs, especially the right eyeball. Don't forget about I'm going to get rid of this chin. If I could grow a beard, I'm winning, I think. Has anybody blanked? See, I can do this for a long time. Look. Hi there. Aren't I handsome? Ooh, that was a half blink, but I didn't blink because I was trying to do the what's the name of the $6 Million Man guy? Where'd he go? Ah! I just blinked. Gosh darn it. All right, so thank you for watching. Again, to my subscribers, thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, you'll see that little fuchsia button down there that says subscribe. If you could click, I appreciate it. What else? There was another thing. Oh, George is going to make a video on that 1970, 71, 72 era 6.5 by 14 chrome over brass Supras that are out there. Everybody and their brother, at least from the old days, knows about that era with the clip badge 5 by 14s where the B is stamped above the tone control. Remember, on those 6.5s, it's stamped at the butt plate. Okay, you know what I mean by the butt plate? You know what I'm saying? Opposite the throw-off. Or the strainer, as some people say. So, again, this is the Irish goodbye. Going on forever. Hang on, ready? You know what I think? I do think that the crunge, the final, what you hear on the House of the Holy, the crunge, I think that's slowed down a little. I think that slowed down a little to fatten it up. So I think they might have tracked it like, but it ended up like. So remember, don't forget the cymbals without the bass drum. The bells. Without the bass drum, straight crash. So put your, remember, B8, B12, and B20. Symbol 1, symbol 2, symbol 3. So if you want to say, remember, the one all the way on my left was symbol 1, the one sort of there, symbol 2, and the one here was symbol 3. Thanks again for watching. More videos on the way. Please subscribe. Don't forget to check out People's Front of Zeppelin on YouTube as well as Bonzology. Thank you.